I absolutely love how you said try everything, test and measure everything. And also you spoke a lot about your journey and how you were knocked down a few times, got back up. Can you tell all of our listeners and viewers a little bit about how you built your empire and the importance of persevering when it comes to being an entrepreneur, especially in the economic climate we're currently living in?
Well, I mean, success doesn't come overnight. It's just a constant grind, and if you keep working at it and grinding at it, and your intelligence kind of to adapt to the market and customers, you can get lucky and eventually get there. And I think luck. A lot of entrepreneurs say luck was a major part of the success, and luck comes from being prepared, right? So
Love
you
that.
really just gotta put the effort in, and persevere, talk to customers, and eventually get there. I mean, the freelancer story it's kind of a long story, but to paraphrase it, my background is I did sort of advanced sort of engineering and physics degrees. I went to Stanford and so forth, and I built a very complicated company for my last company, which ultimately sold to Intel, which was for doing chip design, chip design for high-speed pattern matching in network traffic. So these were chips that you put inside network equipment like firewalls and so forth to scan for viruses and spam and other forms of content signatures. And I mean, ultimately, the business sold to Intel, but it was a long slog. And then after I left that, I was kind of took a bit of time off, and I thought, what will I do next? And in my spare time, I helped my mother build a website for her art and crafts sort of wholesaling business. I actually told her to build a website back in 1995, and if she actually did that, she would have probably been Bezos, one of the pioneers of e-commerce, but she didn't. So fast forward to 2007, I thought, okay, I'll help her out.
Yeah.
And I instantly realized the error of my way. She had 10,000 products without photographs, with poor descriptions. It was a complete data entry nightmare, and I needed someone to help out on the data entry side. And it was one of those jobs where it was just project work. I just needed someone to fill in a spreadsheet with names of shops and addresses and phone numbers and email addresses and so on. And it's not the sort of job you could post on a full-time job site like Seek, and Indeed wasn't even around back then. And so I thought a little brother or sister of a friend of mine would love to do the job, and I asked around, and I found it impossible. After 4 months, I'd find a kid to help kind of do the work, and I said, I'll pay you $2 per row in the spreadsheet, and there's 1,000 rows, so I give you $2,000. You can work at home in your own hours on a computer. I thought I'd love to do that. But they'd come back and tell me, oh, this is boring, and I've got soccer practice, I've got exams. And I said, I know it's boring, that's why I'm paying you to do it. If it wasn't boring, I'd be doing it. And in frustration, I looked around, and I found this website called Get a Freelancer, which looked terrible at the time. It looked a bit like Craigslist. It was all grey and horribly designed, and it was run by a guy at a fish farm in Vanuatu, a Swedish guy, of all things, called Magnus. And I posted the job on the site, and I literally went to lunch and forgot that I'd done so. And I came back, and I had 72 or so emails in my inbox. I'll do it for $2,000, $1,500, $400, $300, $200, $100. And I thought, this can't be real. I couldn't find someone to do the job for me locally. It took 4 months of stop, start. Second of all, I said the budget was $2,000. Why would someone do it for $100? And then the job was done in 3 days perfectly, and I didn't have to pay until the job was done. And I thought, this is just incredible. So it would change everything. So, long story cut short, I eventually bought that business because I thought, what business could I build with using Get a Freelancer? I could build anything on, off the back of a credit card, just at home, unleash the, necessity is the mother of invention. I kind of had left my last business. I wanted to start another one, but I was a bit, because the last one even though it had sold, I hadn't really set the world on fire. So I was a bit embarrassed to go out there and ask people to join me on a second venture, and I thought I can build anything using this website. But a long story cut short, I used the website to build itself. So I built a copy of Get a Freelancer, and then I went and bought it, and I've now bought all the competitors, and I think I've bought now 27 or 28 companies and merged most of them together.
Wow, only 27, 28 companies for all you listeners out there.